When history repeats itself, Japanese internment camp, alligator Alcatraz, trailer park, RV park, beach RV park. I'm not sure what theme I'm missing here.
This is Victor Nieves, a MAGA influencer.
Let's see if we can help Victor, a follower of Christ, figure this out. Voluntary, involuntary. Voluntary, involuntary. You get it? I hope. Jesus says to heal people, but you want to push people off Medicaid. Jesus says to feed people, but you want to cut SNAP benefits. Jesus says you can't serve money and God at the same time, and yet you want to give tax cuts to the richest among us. There are a lot of ways that Victor has proven himself time and time again to be a unabashed hypocrite. When it comes to Jesus' teachings, however, rejoicing in cruelty against your fellow man is just about the most opposite thing that you can do. And this kid does it as often as he possibly can. So yeah, I hope this helps, man.
The comrade Good Trouble, on the other hand, is the inverse of Victor here. He checks people often and at a high rate.
We all grew up listening to the speeches that H-men gave to the German people and troops. Couldn't understand what they were saying, but boy, they sounded menacing. I mean, it just sounds evil. Well, now they've got AI that translated it into English. It talks about Christian values and moral integrity and how valuable women are to a society. It's not quite as bad as I thought it was. And then it talks about the media being so corrupt. It played a big part in the Germans having their culture stolen from them. These are things we worry about. And, I can't help but think we might have been on the damn wrong side of history.
Yes, this is a real TikTok video from the user Saramafan2. Don't believe me? Check out his page. It's still up.
You hear this dude's words for the first time in English. The same words Donald Trump, the guy in your hat, is parroting to you. They're poisoning the blood of our country. They're vermin. The press is lying to you. And instead of going, man, I must be wrong because I find myself agreeing with Hitler, you say, maybe he was right? You grew up wondering, like I did, how the did Germans allow this to happen to that many people? We are watching it with you happen in real time. This take is beyond embarrassing. It's disgusting and dangerous. Watching you people try and reconcile with the idea that you can't be wrong about anything, which means the other option must be true, which means that guy had some good ideas. You tell me, man, I am fully serious. Look at this photo, and you tell me if you think that we were on the wrong side of history.
An easy takedown because of how blasphemous this boomer's take was, but one that was needed.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I think the idea that the average American is struggling and that everyone or most people are living paycheck to paycheck and that no one has any money saved and that no one can afford anything and that everyone who spends any kind of money is doing it all via a credit card, I think all of that's a lie. You can give me all the data you want, but I trust my natural instincts. I trust my own eyes over a lot of what I can't verify.
Beautiful. On a silver platter, no less. No notes, dude. This is the entire thing with a bow on. I don't care what the data says. I don't care what other people are telling me about their lived experience. All I know is what I can see with my own two eyes, and that must be the truth for everything and everyone everywhere. The kicker here, and the real point of this video, is that they'll use this to justify cutting aid benefits to people who need it. They'll look around and go, look, everybody's doing fine. They don't need SNAP benefit. Wait a second, I live below the poverty line. Hang on, didn't I see you drinking Starbucks? Just because people are outside getting tacos doesn't mean that their credit score is 4 and no one can afford rent.
Quite frankly, I can never get sick of these. Here's another.
What is the conservative solution to homelessness?
Personal responsibility. It's a time-tested method that unquestionably works.
Oh, great. Quick question. If it unquestionably works, why the is it working so badly, man?
So where does one live exactly while working and saving for their own place? Friends, family, a car, a tent in the woods, a shelter. They can get motel rooms.
You're just describing homelessness, you ghoul. He did kind of answer the question, though. Conservatives will not do anything about this. They'll never do anything about this. They'll scream at homeless people to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and then pat themselves on the back while reading a Jesus verse about feeding the poor. I think this is especially relevant because we are about to start seeing people in mass decide whether or not they are going to spend their money on rent or the medicine that keeps them alive as they're kicked off Medicaid. Not that this is the point of this particular conversation, but the prevailing thought amongst these people is that the people on Medicaid who are losing their coverage are lazy, unworking, able-bodied grifters who are just suckling at the teat of the government, when that is just not the case. And the people that are unable to provide health care for themselves are going to probably die because of this. So just tell them to pull themselves up by the bootstraps once they perish, man.
And another.
So all of a sudden, why is it normal for dudes to paint their nails? Like, why is that normal? I'll just be watching a TV show, whatever. Dude has his nails painted. And it's not like, ooh, white or black. It's like the craziest design you've ever seen. Like Leonardo da Vinci spent 6 hours on his hair. What the is this? Dudes paint their nails now? It's just normal? Like, in dudes that they're not like, oh, hey, yes, sister. Like, normal dudes. Like, they're just a dude and they got painted nails. But when did that become normal?
I don't know, probably around the same time it became normal for dudes to grow Amish beards. That's you? Right, okay. But back to the finger paint tip. You might want to try it. Those chewed up little sausages could use a little dressing up, you know? By the way, you making fun of gay men with this effeminate thing that you're doing in a video that you recorded entirely about men's nail fashion is a little on the nose, my guy. Dude's just upset he can't use electricity. I guess it's tough. I'm sorry, Amos.
On that first video,
They are. Here's a family thinking that it's fun to kill people. There's their faces. Figure out who they are, what they do for a living. Oh, look, he's going to go get a friend. He's so intimidated. There he is. Put him out there. Figure out who he is. Oh, yeah. Put your kid at risk. Piece of shit. There he is, guys. Get his face out there. All my followers. There's his family. Figure out where they work, where they live. They love killing people and children. Buddy. Too late, you're out there.
let's try to compartmentalize how dystopian this is. Because what they are doing is taking pictures and pointing at signs of a concentration camp. The history books are going to show this. And it will not look back on them fondly. Even as Bill Barr says, history is written by the winners. The atrocities will be documented. I look at this and all I could think of is just how dystopian this actually is when you think of it. Like, objectively speaking. And those kids and their children and their children's children will either try to justify it or come to terms with how horrible of a person their family member was.